Hey, I'm Father, the god of math. Have you ever wondered what in the world was a conic? Or does your teacher say you need to? Well, if you're any of the two, then I'm going to take you closer to the conics family than you've ever been.
Hi, I'm Hyperbola. This is Circle, and this is Eclipse. Father said you guys was from the Ohio, so I'm repping the OH.
I know.
And lastly, we are
The
Conic
Conic
family. Yeah, my mom, she's like somewhere else, so you'll meet her later. Oh, Father, he's like the guy in the math world, and when you humans want to know stuff about math, yeah, we're chosen. Kind of just how we were now. But first, let me show you my little brother, C. We call him. Oh, his real name is Circle Eugene Conic, but we call him C for short. He's like our name. What's up, bro?
Of human. First, what's 9 plus 10? 21. I love that joke. It was on MathTube Network. Let's get started on who I am. As a circle, my basic code is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. But since I live on 72 Street, it's x minus 7 squared plus y minus 2 squared. So when we classify our code, it's by our locations on the grid. Also, the government made it to where xy equals hk. And when you put your address in, which is just our coordinates from the grid, you have to change the sign. Also, my general code is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. Don't get confused, although that's my general code. Father told me you learned it in Algebra 2, how to change it back to basic code. It's the same way I do it, which is basically just completed the square. Next, let me tell you guys what each number and word in my name stands for. X equals x coordinate, y equals y coordinates, h equals the x part of the location for the center of my address, which is just the x coordinates of the center for you humans. K, the exact opposite, it's the y location for my address, and they y coordinates in the order pair for you guys. R equals the radius, but just know, it's always square. Last special tips. Always remember that with people like us, the conics, we are always the opposite of what we show on the outside. I'm a positive conic on the outside, but inside the parentheses, I'm negative. That's the same with all the conics. Before I go, what's 9 plus 10?
Okay, well, that was my brother, Circle Conic. Hope he did great. Now, on to my mom, Hyperbola Jamaica Conic. Peace.
Hey guys, what's up? Father Anosa tells me you need to learn about me in order to continue in trig. Seems easy. Here we go. Well, a code for any conics like me, a hyperbola, is either 1 x squared divided by a squared minus y squared divided by b squared, or 2 y squared divided by a squared minus x squared divided by b squared. But since I'm a horizontal hyperbola, my basic code is x squared divided by a squared minus y squared divided by b squared. Horizontal means I open towards the left and right direction, not the north or south direction. Me personally is different from my basic code because of my location on the grid. I live on 72 2nd Street, and as you can see, my size is 3. A equal 3, and I'm 4'2", my B is 4. My personal code or address is 1 equal x minus 7 squared divided by 9 and y minus 2 squared divided by 16. Second, let me tell you about my foci. Basically, these are dots inside of me. They have no point besides finding out more about me, kinda like my appendix, which has no purpose but is part of me. I can't change it. My foci are located at a certain distance from the center and on the same y-line as the center. That means that A is always less than C. Third and last, I need to teach you guys about my asymptotes. I hate them because it makes me the only conic where the sky is not the limit. My asymptotes are kind of these two linear lines that are my limits. Father prohibits the easy way, but I know in your world mathematicians are lazy. So an easy way is to form a box with my A and B, with the x on the side because I'm a horizontal hyperbola. So it would be like 0, 3, and 0, -3. You have to have 4 points to make a box, so each coordinate has a negative or a point on the positive side. Next, B, which would be 4, 0, and -4, 0, and that would be B. B is the y-coordinate only because I am a horizontal hyperbola. But if I were vertical, it would switch. Now once you draw your box, make an X in the middle, connect to the 4 corners of the box, and make sure the lines keep going on past the box. Last, let me give you some tips, and your teacher will teach more about it. At least I hope he does. Transverse axis is 2B. Second, conjugate axis is 2A. But most of all, remember, I'm the most complicated conic out of all of us. By the way, I think you're going to get an F because you're not good enough for an A.
Yeah, so we're my little bros. My little bro here, his room. And do you guys know why that black thing keeps popping up? Like every time I try to walk to a destination, it cuts me off. That's like the most rude thing. Oh, let me get back to my little bro right here. He'll tell you about himself.
Hey, my name is Eclipse Antonio Connick, and I'm going to teach you what it is to be an eclipse today. First, the distance from my focus is proportional to the horizontal distance from my directrix. The ratio of my proportion must be greater than 1.
Oh. Part 2. Tell me about your code, man.
Of course, did you think I wasn't? My basic general code is x squared divided by a squared plus y squared divided by b squared equals 1. Because of my location on the grid, mine personally is x minus 7 squared divided by 9 plus x minus 2 squared divided by 16. The x and y variables represent the respective x and y coordinates of any point. The a and b represent the radius on the x and y axis respectively, ax, by. These radii can be classified as either the semi-minor or semi-major axis. Minor is a smaller radius, major is the larger radius. Circle and I are very similar because a circle is considered to be a type of ellipse. And I'm kind of like my mom, hyperbola, because she has a subtraction sign and I just have a addition sign. Isn't it crazy? How the only difference is that I'm a positive person and she's a sort of negative person.
Do you think I'm gonna do? Hey, I'm Parabola, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself today. As you can see, I go to the Math University. Yeah. Anyways, in algebraic terms, I make a U, kind of like U, formed between a directrix and a focus. My vertex is kind of like your belly button, because since I'm kind of from a different math room, I don't have a belly button. It's located, it can be split in half through my directrix and focus by an axis of symmetry. It's kind of like a split. My left side mirrors my right side. Now that's part one. So to resume part two, my code can be in a couple of forms. The most common is my general code, which is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. My vertex is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. The a, b, and c of my equations stand for constants. Remember that, constants, which are dependent upon the equation, so they're dependent variables. H and my vertex, H is basically like the vertex, okay, or like the center or the origin. The H represents the x, and the k represents the y coordinate. Now, on to part 3. Let's get started on part 3, which is fairly simple. First off, my general code is y equals 3x squared plus 4x plus 2. And you know that's my coordinates because I'm from 7-2 2nd Street, just like the rest of my family. 3x represents my width, yeah, you can see. 4x represents bx, which is the horizontal coordinate plane my vertex falls on. Similarly, the 2 determines where the y of my vertex point falls on, so kind of like my y-intercept. Also, this is very relative to my vertex, which is 3x minus 7 squared plus 2. And remember, just like my little brother C said, we're different than what we show on the outside. So when it says x minus 7, on the outside in my vertex, it'll be 7, positive 7. Thanks for hearing what I gotta say, and I'll see you guys later. But before I go, I'd like to thank you guys for watching my little 13-minute video on the math run. And it wasn't just me, it was Abby's work too. She did great. So this has been a No Sun Abby production.